Hi, and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. My name is Pete Connor. I'm your host on this Wednesday, June 14th of 2017. Some great information coming forward to you today on behalf of a couple of guests. First, we're going to be talking with Rachel Valesano, who is the Nutrition Services Director for the Owatonna Public Schools, and we'll be talking mainly about summer food rocks. And I don't think it's rocks that are the food, but the way that it's being typed, and we're going to find out more about that, among other things when it comes to the nutrition needs of our children when they're in school. And then we'll be following that with Erin Sammon, who will be helping us to know more about the upcoming Straight Rivers celebration, Straight River Days up in Medford, coming up here before too long. As a reminder, we'd appreciate your input about what you'd like to see on Owatonna Today. Always, if you have someone who would, in your mind, be due some recognition, or if there's an event that would stand some publicity, why don't you let us know about that by emailing us at owatonnatoday@charter.net or by calling Leanne, our show's producer, at 390-5751. And now we're going to take a quick break for some messages from our sponsors, and then we'll be back with Rachel. So please do stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Brenda with the Mortgage Office of Brenda Bednar, aligned with American Mortgage and Equity Consultants, where closings feel right from the beginning. I'm a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Nick Paler from Turtle Creek Nursery and Landscaping. Come see our wide variety of plants. Proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Rose, why don't you start this?
Fine. Hello, my name is Heather Burke, and I play Rose Bryce.
And I'm Vidette Ostermeyer, and I play Sarah Straykosh in LTO's production of Funny Girl, directed by Linda Karnauskas and sponsored by Wenger Foundation.
Performances of Funny Girl will be held on Friday and Saturday, June 16th and 17th at 7:30 p.m., with a matinee on Sunday, June 18th at 2 p.m.
Oh, and again the following Thursday through Saturday, June 22nd, 23rd, and 24th at 7:30 p.m., with another matinee on Sunday, June 25th at 2 p.m.
Tickets are available at the LTO box office by calling 451-0764 or online at littletheaterofowatonna.org.
Don't miss LTO's production of Funny Girl.
You should see it. My daughter Fanny says she's wonderful. Oh, she's absolutely stunning.
At least mine is married.
Well, she's gonna get.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and welcome to Rachel Valesano from Owatonna Public Schools.
Right.
Registered dietitian.
Correct.
One of two.
Yes.
Yeah, and we've got a fun thing to talk about. A lot of information. We have 10 minutes for these interviews, folks, and we got about 50 minutes of information with this one, I'll tell you, when we start talking about school nutrition needs and all the things that play into that. So Rachel is going to help us to know as much as we can, with especially some focus on what's happening for the summertime with food and nutrition and food service. So,
right.
A quick bio.
Okay.
Your education.
Yes. I went to Minnesota State University, Mankato, and studied dietetics, and from there went and did an internship at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, and after that was able to sit for the RD, the Registered Dietitian exam. But upon completion of that internship, I moved quite quickly into the world of school nutrition, and have been in my position for nearly 10 years. This fall will be 10 years already that I've been with the district. Yeah. Time goes fast. It's been a great run so far. We've done a lot of things and have had a lot of fun.
Sure. Well, excellent. Well, there's just a compendium of things that you need to be dealing with all the time, aren't there? Mm-hmm. Establishing menus based upon all kinds of different requirements. None the least of which are coming from the federal government. Mm-hmm. You have those requirements. Right. There's been some discussion about nutrition requirements recently. Mm-hmm. What impact are those going to have on your work and the work of the schools?
Sure. So all of our programs are USDA programs, and so that means, yes, exactly. We have specific regulations and rules that we are required to follow when we're receiving federal dollars for our work. And the Healthy Hunger for Kids Act of 2010 really launched a whole host of new requirements that really has made school nutrition a lot more complex. Our mantra is that the intent of the Healthy Hunger for Kids Act is wonderful. It's the right thing to do for our kids. However, like all things, once we start to put them into practice, and as operators, as we're called, on the front lines doing the work, you start to discover that maybe there could be a few tweaks made to allow us a little more flexibility within our work days. And just recently, I think what you're referring to is the Secretary of Agriculture, Sonny Perdue, did announce some what we would call flexibilities within our school nutrition program regulations. Some, I think, media sources maybe led us to believe that it was pretty major setbacks in the work of school nutrition, and that we were rolling back all of the great work that's been done to make things healthier for kids. However, the reality is that actually they're pretty minor tweaks, and actually what we're perceiving as pretty positive things for our work to just give us that little more flexibility. Yeah. So, for example, all of the grains that we have been offering within our school meal programs are required to be whole grain rich. We were allowed in this past year, for example, to request an exemption so that we could serve a non-whole grain item. So in Owatonna, we currently, this past school year, had one item that we were serving that was not whole grain rich under that exemption. Well, Mr. Perdue is going to continue to allow us to request waivers. And again, maybe identify an item or two that would be non-whole grain, and that works for us. In in the reality of our world, even as dietitians, I don't think any of us eat whole grain rich all the time. So it makes sense to kind of mirror what's really realistic and happening in our personal lives, and putting that into play at school. So. And then from there, we're going to be able to maintain our current sodium levels. That was one of the other announcements he made, and that we aren't required to drop even lower as the initial or the original law required. And so that we feel pretty good about too. We need some more scientific research done to identify what impact, if any, low sodium diets have on children. There hasn't been a lot of studies done actually with kids and sodium, and so we'll continue to maintain those sodium levels for a little bit here while more research is done. So those were kind of the two biggest headlines.
It seems to me the reality is that you have these initials behind your name, and you could probably, given absence of regulation, you could probably pretty well design a menu that's going to meet the nutrition standards for this community, the school district, couldn't you?
Right, yes, yes.
And of course the problem is that, there's no organization, so that means that everybody would be doing whatever they want to do, and then next thing you know, we got this explosion. And,
right.
But you really could do that.
Yes, yes, okay. I'd say.
Good. Well, that's nice to know. But let's move now. Let's take that menu, let's take that whole nutrition thing to something that's relatively new, and that's the summer food program. Summer Food Rocks, I like the title.
Yes.
That has been created to help children have a nutritious meal during the course of the summer, at least once or twice a day?
Right, right. So the USDA definitely recognized some years ago that just because it's summertime doesn't mean that students don't need to have nutritious meals, and so they created this program that Owatonna has been participating in for actually several years now, probably 10 or more even. But it allows us to identify sites within our community where that you have to be eligible to participate, and we can open them up, and all kids that can get to those sites can have a free meal.
Okay.
So it's a really great deal. We don't ask for any income information. We don't need students' names. You just have to show up. And so we will have a total of 3 sites in our community this summer. 2 of them launched on Monday, June 5th. And then the other site, that would be the Owatonna High School and then the Owatonna Public Library. And then the other site won't launch until July 10th, and that's Wilson Elementary School. But we've got a new endeavor this summer, and in the past we've always just used our school sites that were eligible to participate, and use those kitchens and cafeterias for the students to come to. But we're partnering with the Owatonna Public Library this summer, and we're bringing the meals to the kids. That's something that we are starting to see more and more districts are doing in our state and across the country. They have kind of mobile, buses or vans or whatever it might be, where we're bringing the meals to the students. And so there's also another entity that's partnering with us. Have you seen the Meals in Motion van? Yes. So that was a grant secured by the food shelf, the Steele County Food Shelf, to purchase that commuter van so that we could bring food to individuals that have a transportation barrier and are unable to get to the food shelf. Well, through that grant application process, we agreed to partner also in that we would use that van in our summer months to bring meals to kids.
You prepare
at the high school. We prepare the meals, and it's a cold lunch meal. So it consists of a cold deli sandwich, fruits, vegetable, milk. And so the food, the van comes to the high school and picks up the food, as well as one of our nutrition services team members, and then they head on down to the library and we set up a table and get the food all set up, and then away we go. The kids come on through. So it was really exciting. The first day, one of the tough things about these programs is we don't know how many kids to expect. So we have to just start somewhere, and so we identified the number 50. Let's plan for 50 meals at the library. Within probably 10 minutes of maybe 15 minutes of our half-hour kind of meal service time, we were getting a little nervous that it looked like we were going to maybe run out because so many kids were showing up to participate. So it was a really great surprise. Ultimately, we didn't run out. We actually were able to go and get some backup, some additional food, so that was a good thing. But the way it's run is it's set up and designed that at the library, the meals time is from 11:45 to 12:15. And then if we did run out, in the event that we did, they could then walk to the high school, because that program doesn't start till 12:15 and runs till 12:45, and they could actually get a hot meal there. So
interesting. Oh boy. All the iterations over time that come, that are really to the benefit of our community, in a global sense. I mean, just because it happens to be with a small, clientele, but it really, when you think about it, it's really part of all of us here, isn't it? Yeah. Good.
Yes.
Well, I wish we could continue with more because there's so much more to talk about with respect to nutrition and how that all plays into the food selection and so forth, menu selection. But another time we'll have to wait for. So thanks for being here.
Thank
and
you.
letting us know what was going on, and we'll maybe get a replay. Maybe when the library folks come, we can find out how the new program is working.
That'd be great.
Well, again, thanks so much. Best
Thank
wishes.
you.
Good
Thank
summer.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And thanks for being with us today for this segment. And why don't you stay with us, because we're going to have some messages from our sponsors. Stay tuned.
The River Springs Water Park at 3065 St. Paul Road is open for the summer. Come with family and friends to enjoy the many features the water park has to offer. Open swim hours are listed on the screen. For more information on daily specials, programs, and large group packages, visit our website, call the water park at 774-7370, or find them on the River Springs Water Park Facebook page. Make a big splash this summer at the River Springs Water Park.
I'm Dan Branstead of Carlson Branstead & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, my name is Katie Marshall. A year ago, my family and I became homeless. We were scared and alone. Today, with the help of Steele County Transitional Housing and generous donors like you, my family and I are safely housed. I am working, going to college, paying my rent on time. My children have a warm bed to sleep in every night. My family and I are so grateful for this second chance. Please help others in need by donating to transitional housing today. Everyone deserves a safe place to live.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and a great big welcome to Erin Sammon, representing Medford's Straight River Days.
Thank you.
Hello, and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to have you.
Good to be back.
Yeah.
Second year in a row.
Second year, that's great. Well, you know, many of us who have been around for a while remember the heydays of Straight River Days, and so you're in charge, or at least one of the people who would be in charge.
I am one of the strong 19 that we have now, 19 members in the Medford Civic Club.
You're not going to let it go.
Not going to let it go.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yep.
Let's talk about basics. When will the event take place?
It's this weekend. June 15th is Thursday, which starts our Miss Medford pageant. We moved it out to the Holiday Inn this year, and it's always a popular event. We have 27 girls that are going to be in the pageant, varying from age from 3 to 18.
Right. All Medfordites?
All Medfordites,
Okay.
Yep, that's the criteria. Have to live in Medford to be Miss Medford.
Sure.
And then the medallion clue will also be posted at the pageant, the first clue, which goes on throughout the weekend so people can search for it the whole weekend.
Yeah.
But
Is that going to be found?
it is. It is. It's found every year, and there's a fabulous prize package from Cabela's, so it gets
wonderful.
quite a few people.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good draw.
Yes. Yeah.
And then what about water things? Or, being in Straight River.
We do have a rubber duck derby that we started last year, so this is the second annual rubber duck derby. Tickets are $5, and we do have a few left that we sell through the weekend just to make sure they're all gone. And they're available now through at Anhorn's and the Muni or any Civic Club member, and then of course we'll be selling them at our events the weekend until the derby.
Okay.
We drop the ducks on Saturday at 3 p.m.
Okay. And you drop them where? From
the bridge by Casey's,
Okay.
right as you're coming into town. They're right on by 35. We one of our members has a big skid loader, so he dumps all the 500 ducks over the bridge, and we watch them all go down to the river, and we are at the end to catch them all and put them in their rightful place, 1 through 10.
Right. And so 10 prizes?
Yes.
And what sorts of
10
prizes?
cash prizes.
Oh, cash. Okay.
Yep. The first prize is $300 and goes down from there.
That's a pretty good investment. Then.
It is.
5 for 300. Or
Right.
300 for 5. Yeah, wonderful.
Yep.
Okay. And I remember flea market. Are you doing that again?
We are trying to bring that back. We are not necessarily a flea market, but we are doing a craft and vendor sale. The forms are available on our website as well as forms for everything at www.straightriverdays.com. They usually have a contact person, so if you have any questions, you can call that person directly if you don't know if you should be in or if you can be in. It's $10 a spot, and you get to sell whatever craft or vendor item that you have from 11 a.m. till 5 p.m.
Okay. Very well. Event, did I hear you say before show that you have bingo? You're going to do bingo?
We do have bingo this year. We started it last year as well.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly on the pricing what he's going to charge per card, but I know it's very reasonable.
Okay.
And Phil has gotten several gift certificates and prizes from all over the towns, so it's fabulous prizes for bingo.
No, I have to ask too, because on Thursdays now you've got your so-called farmers market.
Yes.
That will be a part of kind of in there as well, eh?
Yep. Well, Thursday, like I said, is the start of the pageant, so that's about the only event that's on Thursday, which is kind of off-site. Friday is the parade, of course, our infamous parade that everyone loves. We have Batman coming this year, so he's my main attraction. So that word has gotten out, so I think it's going to be fabulous.
How many units in the parade approximately?
So far I have about 70,
Ooh.
But we usually get somewhere between there and 100, maybe a little more than 100, but which is where we like it because then it's not too long and everybody can enjoy every piece of it.
Some bands?
We do have a lot of bands.
Oh, nice.
Yep. We're going to get the Shriners there, and like I said, Batman will be, and then mostly local community or companies that are going to be in there.
Sure. Now, well, if I come there, I like to eat.
Yes.
So what about food?
We do have food vendors down at the park. They'll be available on Friday evening after the parade. We all head down to the Medford Park, and we have a band there, which is free. Park rules do apply, so people are able to bring their own coolers as long as they are respectful with no glass.
Sure.
And then the band this year is called In the Fields. They do country, pop, rock, oldies. They said everything from Elvis to Lady Gaga.
Wow.
So it should be a good time.
Yeah.
And then so the food vendors will be there that evening, and then all day Saturday as well.
Okay, and kids' activities, because the kids are, kids love this kind of, well, we all do, I guess, but what for the kids?
We have a few new activities that we're trying this year. There's a kickball tournament for grades 7 through 12. And then we have a face painter, of course, because everyone loves the face painter, which that is free for kids. They just get to go and enjoy that. We also are doing a penny dig, which is sponsored by the First State Bank of Red Wing in Medford. Okay. So the kids get to go and sift through a big pile of sand, and however much money, they put it in a little baggie for them, and they just get to take that. They think it's the best thing in the world. Yeah. And then we also are doing a Wild Things Zoo exhibit, which starts at, there's a showing at 1:30 and 3:30. Those are exotic animals, so the kids can sit and touch the animals and learn about exotic animals, things that we don't see every day around here.
And then we also, like that, that's a vendor, but...
Right. Well, they actually had contacted us, and so, of course, I do my research, and I, look at their website, and pricing is obviously a huge thing since we're nonprofit, and we run strictly off donations, so that's a huge part of what we're able to do is the donations that we get in.
Right, and let's talk about fundraising for a bit. You've got, obviously, the expenses, fixed expenses, and you've got insurance that you have to pay for. What are you doing for fundraising?
We like to do some things where we can get some income, but are still reasonable for people to participate. We all really just love the Medford community. We want to see it succeed. Sure. So we do events periodically. We do the trunk or treat in October with the faith communities. So we work with the churches in Medford. Trunk or treat. It's down at the old football field, and everybody decorates a trunk. So you can do, we've seen Lego people or Mickey Mouse. People decorate their trunks, and the kids just go from trunk to trunk getting their candy. So it's a little bit safer than them actually going out in the community and going door to door.
Are you talking about automobile or vehicle trunks?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Right. Yes. Yep.
I was thinking to myself, a big Foot Locker is going to be.
Oh no! And then and we did a whole bunch of activities with that too. Casey's came and had decorate your own cookie kind of thing, and it was good. We also have a chili cook-off that we do. And then we've started back up with the Easter egg hunt in Medford, which of course is free as well for kids. So. Sure.
Timing, Thursday, pageant, and then
Friday is the parade, followed by the band. 7 p.m. starts the parade on Friday night. The band is in the park after that till about midnight or 1 o'clock. And then Saturday we have volleyball tournament, a co-ed volleyball tournament that starts Saturday. New this year is also the extreme car show that we're doing. That is cars and motorcycles. So that's going to be up at Christ the King Church parking lot. So everybody can either participate or just walk through, put your vote in, that kind of thing. Right. Of course, the craft sale that we talked about. We do have our ever popular beanbag tournament. That's one of our big ones there.
And what is that? What do you do?
A beanbag board, and then there's a hole in the board, and everybody you stand on one side and throw beanbags to the other to get in the hole.
Kind of another way, like a ring.
Yes,
ring
like
toss.
a ring toss, essentially.
Sure.
Yep. The face painter, bingo. We are having a tractor pull again this year, so that's another favorite one. Kids age 4 to 12. It is a state-sanctioned event. Wow. So the top 3 kids in each age bracket do get to go to state if they want to. Oh, nice. Yeah.
What kind of turnout do you think is going to come?
Huge. Yeah. We always have a good, a few of our events you do have to sign up in advance. And like I said, you can go to our website, straightriverdays.com, and all of the forms are there, and mail them in.
Oh, how nice is that?
Yeah.
What else? Anything else that you want to, with our time left?
We're doing one extra thing was the Pool Olympics is happening at the Medford Pool, and she is doing that for ages 8 to 16.
Okay.
And then we also are having a dunk tank with some Medford celebrities, so be sure you swing down there and dunk some people.
Well, I remember those days.
She is not. She is
Well,
busy.
really.
She had
We'll
plans.
have to talk with her.
But that's it. It's going to be a great time.
yeah,
We would love to see everybody.
Oh, I'm sure. And hopefully the weather is going to be all right.
It's going to be beautiful.
It's going to be warm.
Right.
Apparently,
Right.
so yeah.
Right.
Well, that's great. It's a great recap of what we're going to be up to, and thanks for coming.
Thank you.
So nice to have you, meet you, and best wishes. I hope you have a gangbuster
I hope so
turnout,
too.
and,
We have a good time regardless.
Oh, I'm sure you will. Good. Well, and thanks again.
Sure.
And thank you for being with us. Please stay with us. We're going to take some messages from our sponsor, and then we will be back with some community announcements. So stay tuned.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and thanks so much for staying with us. We've got some announcements, community announcements at this time. The next edition of History Uncorked, Eliza Brown and the Handyman, will be held Thursday, June 15 at 7 p.m. at the Steele County History Center. Eliza Brown became suspicious of the handyman's intentions toward her daughter. She took matters into her own hands and unleashed an astonishing attack, which led to the charge of attempted murder. Tickets are $10 for members, $15 for non-members, and are available for purchase at the History Center or online at www.eventbrite.com. Seating is limited. Funny Girl, the musical, to be held here at Little Theater of Owatonna, June 16 and 17, June 22 and 24, then at 7:30 p.m., and then on June 18 and June 25, matinees at 2 o'clock p.m. LTO box office opens June 12th. Movies in the Park on the 16th, Friday, at Central Park. The movie Trolls will be aired or viewed. You can be there by sunset. That's when they'll start. Pre-movie activities will begin an hour before the movie time. Fun time for summer rain date on June 17th. And finally, Riverbend Nature Center on the 21st. Join them there for the monthly OWLS program. Guest speaker Robin Trott, horticulturalist and extension educator, will share tips to extending your garden's life by planting species that bloom at night. The program takes place from 12 to 2 p.m. in the Riverbend's Interpretive Center. Pre-registration is required by Tuesday, June 20th, $12 per person, $10 for Riverbend members. Contact Riverbend Nature Center at 507-332-7151. And that's going to take care of it for today. Please do come back on Friday when we will have Chuck Jameson and Annette Frank. Thanks for being here today. See you back on Friday.